Each year PHE release a new dataset, next year's being called Dataset N. To help inform our clients what will be included in this next dataset and how ILLY will roll it out across the Linked Care Path system, we have created this short video.
From a system perspective, the largest change that you might notice in the system is on the extract is the concept of a client information review, and this is a PHE have identified about 12 fields that these fields you'd expect to change during a client's treatment journey. What PHE want with this dataset is a breakdown of when these things were done and when the information changed. So the way we've implemented this in the CarePath system is we've made it CarePath log what changes are made to the client record in the background. So from a keyword perspective, all they have to do is, when this information changes, update the client details, and CarePath will log a record in the background of it being updated, the data is updated, and then that's what would go out on the extract. And we're also putting in a maintenance interface in the Snapshot section, so people that have access to the NDTMS Snapshot in the current system would also be able to go view all these changes and make amendments where necessary. Yes, so on the consultation document that went out back in July, their PHE wanted to capture what drugs the clients were being prescribed, like buprenorphine and methadone and so forth, and the consultation actually didn't give PHE's opinion, it just gave a question as to whether this should be captured at the modality stage or at the sub-intervention stage. And the result of PHE's consultation is the majority of people want it done at the sub-intervention stage. So there are now going to be an extra 12 or so checkboxes for the various types of drugs that can be prescribed, along with whether the prescription is supervised or unsupervised. So then when you're doing your normal sub-interventions every 3 months or so, I believe it is, they're supposed to be done, then there's just some more boxes to check as to whether they have been prescribed these substances or not. And this only really applies to the pharmacological sub-interventions.
Well, the first thing to say is that there's going to be more information captured on the sub-interventions. So for example, with the pharmacological sub-interventions, as well as being able to record that a relapse prevention medication was prescribed in the last 12 weeks, workers are now going to be able to record what medication that was. So as part of Core Dataset N, some of the new data that needs to be captured is going to be around domestic violence and domestic abuse and mental health involvement, as well as new fields on the tops, which is going to record whether an individual is in suitable housing or not. Now, some of our clients are already capturing information around domestic abuse and mental health in some of their additional fields, but these are now going to be mandatory as part of the new data set. And one of the biggest change is probably going to be around the client informational review. So this is going to be a collection of 13 fields which will need to be reviewed and possibly updated on a 12-week basis, and these are going to be fields around pregnancy, whether there's children living at home, and BBV information. There's going to be change. The main change is going to be for those teams. For example, TOPs are now going to be required for prison clients. Not every 12 weeks, but at treatment start, and then that TOP will then be transferred between prisons as the client is. And there's also going to be some changes around the modalities that prison teams are offered as well, particularly around the pharmacological modalities. So with any main developments within CarePath, we will offer training and support around that. So Prior to the live release, we'll be offering training not just around the core dataset N changes, but also training around the other changes that we are making as part of the overall upgrade.
If you have any questions, you can get in touch with our teams on the phone number displayed at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for watching.